Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-August 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Pisces here in mid-August? It is still Leo season. Beautiful time of year. What energies, messages, insights can we pull for our good friends? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. What do you got for us, my guides? Talk to me. What do you got for the collective here? Mid-August. There we go. Thank you. Oh, very intellectual. Very intellectual here, my friends. And I always say this card is very sharp, if that makes sense. It's similar to me like the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. And to me, there's like a lot of mental action going on here. Not necessarily in a bad way either. It's just seeing things clearly. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So the imagery itself is pretty funny. If we look at the illustration, we see this monkey. It's dressed up as Shakespeare. It's holding a skull, contemplating its life. It's in front of a typewriter, and there's all sorts of mathematics or binary code going on in the background. So to me, it's extremely intelligent, believe it or not. So when I see this card, you might be seeing things very clearly, extremely logically, seeing the truth of a matter. Now, listen, as part of the Pisces collective myself, I know people say we're always daydreaming, very sleepy types of individuals, but that active mental state isn't always just in the clouds. Pisces has a strong mental acuity, and that's what I could say with this card. Now, one other thing. Watch for the overthinking, of course, whenever this card is here. For a portion of you, maybe you're wanting to learn new things or pull in new knowledge. Now is a great time for that when this card is here. So something interesting to think about. Another thing, Pisces, you might be a little more straightforward with your communication style than you normally are. So you might be very much straightforward to the point. But we're just going to put that Shakespearean monkey right there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Pisceans. My guides, talk to me. What do you got for us Piscean people? And yeah, while we get this shuffled up, let's talk about last week's. It was titled An Unfinished Situation. That's what we were seeing in last week's reading. And that was the main vibe I was picking up in multiple places, that for some of you maybe feel like something isn't quite done, or that you might have some sort of unfinished business, or there's some purpose that you still need to work towards. And that isn't always a short-term type of energy, right? Unfinished business, that could stretch for quite a while. But we're going to see what energy shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Pisces, please, in mid-August. What do we got? I mean, there was karmic energy a couple weeks ago as well. Okay, we do have the 5 of Swords, and that kind of fits exactly what I was saying about this energy here, because with the strong sword energy, and it's very straightforward and to the point. It doesn't have to be mean, but this card can be a little bit aggressive. We'll talk about it. Doesn't have to be a bad card, right? I know it gets a bit of a reputation. But let's see what surrounds it first before we pass judgment, right? Let's get 2 more. What do we got for Pisces? Mid-August Pisces. Thank you. Okay, we have the Strength. Very good. A lot of determination here, my friends. A lot of determination. I don't want to say stubbornness. To me, it's just like something that's like, no, this, I'm set in my ways here. This is how it's going to go. It's very strict, which, again, not usual Piscean energy that I'm used to. Okay, now the karmic energy is starting to show up here on the back end with the 7 of Pentacles. So we have like this intriguing mixture of like spiritual, universal stuff happening. We have the self-focus as well. So let's talk about it, Pisces. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I'm looking down here and I see, again, a variety of different things. We have air. which is the sword suit. We have some fire, we have some earth. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. We could be looking at several different situations for all we know. I mean, it could be all one thing too as well. But let's talk about it, because I feel like this one is going to get pretty complex, because all these energies move in different ways. They're like in different realms of existence. But let's go piece by piece and build this out. Position number one, we have the Five of Swords. Now, you know me, I always say that every card has positives and challenge. And when I see the Five of Swords, let's go with the positives first. Um, the imagery, you see this person holding on to all the swords. These people in the background, they look like they just got beat up pretty good. So to me, it's a self-focused type of card. So for some Pisceans, maybe you're looking out for yourself. Maybe you're doing what's best for yourself and the things that you prioritize. I know Pisces, our energy is very empathetic. A lot of times we'll give people the shirt off our back if it's necessary, but everything comes in ebbs and flows. And in this time, you might need to prioritize yourself when the Five of Swords is here. That doesn't always have to be the case. Now, of course, this could represent problems. It could represent situations. This is a very aggressive energy. So when we're looking at the rougher aspects of the Five of Swords, it could be a person you're connected to that might be a little selfish in their ways. This could be someone that's very aggressive, very cold, very mean, especially if we're talking about how someone speaks. So this is something to watch out for. I know I already mentioned that your communication style in this time might be much more direct than it normally is. So watch out that you're not hurting feelings when this card is in the mix. In its worst case scenario, the Five of Swords could be someone that's a bit narcissistic or has had dealings with a narcissistic individual. So it's important in this time to maybe acknowledge these energies. Now, moving to the center, we have the Strength card, Leo energy. Now, in my simplistic style of reading, currently at the time of this filming, we're in Leo season. So maybe the clarifier is going to give us some more clues about what other energies we might experience over the next couple of weeks. You might be connected to Leo, that's for sure. But Strength is a card not of external strength. It's not physical muscles, it's your internal strength. It's someone that has strong strength of character. A lot of times the Strength card will show up when Spirit might send tests your way, or Spirit might tempt you in one way or another, specifically if there's certain behaviors that you're rejecting. Individuals you might be rejecting. Anything, old habits you're rejecting. When I see Strength, it's like, okay, do I have what it takes to continue this or continue this work? So maybe there is some energy of rejection here in one way or another. We'll get into it deeper. When we get to the shadow side of Strength, when it shows up in reverse, this could be somebody caving on something. So caving to temptation, reverting back to old ways. This could represent things returning too. So keep that in mind when we have the Five of Swords and now we have Strength and Strength. I don't want to say in reverse yet, but Strength in and of itself could sometimes represent, to me, things that could cycle back around and might test you, especially with what we have here on the back end, this very strong, powerful karmic energy. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is a very unassuming card. All we see here is a dude chilling out next to a bush that's full of pentacles. So, of course, in its positive sense, it could represent patience. It could represent waiting, letting something mature a little bit. I also say this card could represent payoffs or like something you've been working towards for a long time coming to fruition. So this card can be wins and victories as well. In its reverse, it could represent someone that's impatient, somebody that doesn't want to wait or doesn't have the patience to wait for something. In reverse, it could also represent things that are a little bit shaky, but I always say this is a big karmic card because it's reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. And I was seeing karmic energy for Pisces in recent weeks, so it's still showing up here. There's also a strong connection to nature and gardening and stuff like that. I know that's completely off topic, but I mean, we're going to have to look deeper on this Pisces because there's a lot of different possibilities. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle for my Pisceans, please. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot because, as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Swords. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it right in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Five of Swords time. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, this is someone with a whole bunch of determination. Now, I don't necessarily feel like this is a bad Five of Swords. I really don't. With the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, this is a huge card of offers and opportunities. So for a lot of you, if you feel like you've been going through a time where it's been a bit of a struggle, or you've been scratching and clawing and fighting and working towards something for a very, very long time, with this Ace of Pentacles, it's like, oh, it's finally happening. Something's finally coming in. Something's finally happening. Now I'm starting to see progress. It took forever. I don't know why that energy is like shooting through here. So just know there's something you've been working towards or dealing with for quite a while. To me, this is a light at the end of the tunnel, especially with the Seven of Pentacles on the back end. So it's like something's going to pay off for you. Okay. I feel like this could be a very positive Five of Swords. Now, I will say this. If you have had dealings with somebody, because this could be a conversation as well, especially someone that is cold or a little hurtful in their ways, this could be a very serious talk happening, like with the Five of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, because this is a card of conversation. It's a card of talking as well. So I feel like it's a mix of both. It could be one or the other, or even both. So once again, just to recap it, for a lot of you, if you've been working towards something or wanting something for a long time, it's like we're finally seeing progress and something could come in for you. But this can also be a very serious, straightforward talk or conversation. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Which is, I mean, that's an energy I've been seeing around water signs for a couple weeks now. So it's like Pisces is next up to bat. But let's see what Strength has to say. Why is Strength here for Pisces? Okay. Queen of Wands in reverse, though. So your resolve might be tested here. Okay. And I do feel like for some of you, this isn't necessarily someone coming at you aggressively or trying to intimidate you. I feel like there might be someone that's going to play off your sympathies. That is very specific. Okay? I know this is a general reading, Pisces, but I'm just going to let the messages flow however they're going to. Watch out for individuals in this time that are going to play off not off your insecurities, but your niceness or how nice you are of an individual. I feel like this is somebody that's going to try to garner some sympathy from you. Or maybe that's something you're going to do with somebody else. Like, hey, look, listen, this is what happened. This is what you did to me. This is the situation you put me in. So it does kind of like link in with this very serious talk. So maybe that's a piece of advice. Like if you do have some sort of conversation that's like straightforward to the point, really share with someone like how you felt or what they put you through or how you felt about the situation. Don't edit yourself. Okay. Now the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, usually in the upright, she's very confident, beautiful, attractive type of energy. When I see it in reverse, it is the opposite, someone that's not feeling so confident. So I feel like it's one or the other with those messages. Either Spirit's going to test you or there's going to be a test of your resolve. Okay. Like something you said you were going to do, like you might get tested on that. Spirit might call your number, or someone's going to try to play off of sympathy. Let's keep moving. I don't know. I mean, these messages are coming through very, very direct, Pisces, almost like they wouldn't in personal. But let's go through and see what the Seven of Pentacles has. Then we will do a quick little recap before the shadow. So why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Okay. Beautiful. All right, so there is a good result at the end of this. Now, this could be something totally different, and this ties in perfectly with what we have here in the front. Remember, I was saying like something you may have been wanting, or like to me, this is like a massive energy of something paying off for you in a very, very big way. Six of Wands, that's a card of victory if I've ever seen one. Now, I will say this too, Pisces, there's three cards here that could connect to the Leo collective. So if you're connected to the Leo, they're showing up here thrice. But the Six of Wands is a card of victory. It's a card of overcoming. It's a card of gaining notoriety for the things you've done. Sometimes it could be someone that's in the spotlight a little bit, but when I see like the energy that was leading off on the front end, like someone fighting for something, wanting a result, and then it finally coming through, we have patience being rewarded here on the back end with the Six of Wands clarifying this Seven of Pentacles. So I like the end result, even though like, yeah, there is some very stern, strict energy here as well. I mean, you might have to just call things like you see it, but the end result is very positive, and I see multiple things paying off for the Pisces collective in this time. So even if these aren't wins that are coming in today or tomorrow, to me, it's like, okay, you're on a good path. You're moving in the right direction. This will pay off. Do not quit. Pass these tests from the universe. That's just how it's coming up to me. Beautiful card of victory, massive energy of a payoff. Very exciting. Very, very exciting energy here, Pisces. So let's go through and do a quick little recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. So yeah, a little bit of a mixed bag. It's all good though. Rarely is a Pisces reading ever simple black and white. But if you look in the box, position number 1, we have the Five of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles. The first message I was feeling is like, yeah, fighting for it. Focusing on yourself, something you've really been wanting could possibly come in this time. But another vibe I was getting here was a very serious, straightforward talk and communication. Don't mince words. Be very honest with yourself and others in this time. Moving to the center, we have the Strength card with the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I did say this is spirit that could test your resolve or put you through a test of some kind. I also got the vibe of somebody trying to play off someone else's sympathies. So whether it's somebody trying to do that to you, or you just being honest with someone and telling them like, hey, this is how you made me feel, or this is the position you put me in. I mean, I feel like it's very important. And this all does link together. When we get to the back end, we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Wands in the upright. Massive energy of something paying off, big victorious energy. So it shows up 2 times in this reading. Here in the front with the Five of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, then the Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Wands in the upright, like patience paying off or hard work paying off. So I see a big win or payoff in the end. Really lovely. Please take a screenshot if you'd like. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, though. What is in the shadows for Pisces? Guides and Spirit team. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see. Whether it's something within yourself or something you don't quite see, shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, shadow card time. What do we have for Pisces? Okay. Ace of Wands. So another ace, and this kind of fits in with like the Ace of Pentacles and then the Six of Wands, Queen of Wands. We had a lot of fire energy here. And the Ace of Wands to me is a card that is filled with passion and desire and forward movement and momentum. It can also be quite aggressive too. So I'm still getting this energy that Pisces, you might be a little more aggressive than you normally are. You might have a little more fire to you in this time, and that's okay, right? Everything goes in ebbs and flows and ups and downs, but I just feel like a spicier energy connected to Pisces than I normally do with this Ace of Wands. This is all about taking action and making moves. So I feel, and I've been feeling for other signs like, hey, maybe you should be a little passive about things. I'm not picking that up here, Pisces. I feel like now's the time for you to make moves and take actions or keep going, not giving up. Whereas like a few other signs in the zodiac, spirit saying like, hey, take your foot off the gas, don't do anything right now. I'm getting the opposite for you. Okay, so if like someone brings something to you, go right back at them. And I'm not saying in an aggressive way, but meet like with like energy in this time. Don't be passive. Okay, so watch out for conflict too, especially when I'm talking like that. But do with that information what you will, Pisces. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. And for the July subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's fire and air readings. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Gilded Tarot Royale, one of my favorite decks ever. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments if you could time travel. Would you rather go into the past to meet your ancestors, or would you rather go into the future to meet your descendants? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.